Good evening, YouTube. Further 73 here. Hope everybody's having a great autumn. Thought as the flea market and festival season kicks off here, thought I'd talk about the high cost of our favorite hobby and how to kind of mitigate that cost a little bit. And not only that, but kind of shy away from the lower end drugstore corn cobs and Dr. Graybows and Medico pipes, and how to get a nice quality factory pipe at a very, very reasonable cost. Tonight I'm smoking one of those very pipes. It's a Stanwell design choice. It's a discontinued shape, and I picked this up as an estate at a local flea market. You see it's in really nice shape. It's got a couple little teeth marks. You just kind of barely see them right up in here. But this thing was pretty grungy when I got it, but overall not too bad. It's got some nice grain and got some nice bird's eye up here on the rim. Smokes really well, which is what you're really after when you're looking for an estate. Now, don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of guys out there that love the old Dr. Grayboe pipes. They've got a big following. Nothing wrong with that. If that's what you like, that's what you like. Just like I'm pretty well versed in my own opinion, you are in yours. But I like a slightly better quality pipe. I think they smoke better. They tend to be lighter weight, and it's part of the fun. It's what I like. So, getting back to the estates. Now, some people are kind of creeped out about smoking a used pipe that somebody else has already had in their mouth, and that's totally fine. I get it. I'm a bit of a germaphobe myself, but during the cleaning process, you can really clean that up and make it a non-issue. As a matter of fact, my preferred solvent for doing the cleaning is Everclear or 151 rum, and I'll tell you, there's not a respectable germ or cootie that's going to survive in Everclear. So, but more on that after a while. So I'm smoking my estate Stanwell, and I've got some H&H Larry's Blend bulk tobacco. Really, really tasty stuff. It's a nice English Balkan blend. Got some Latakia in there. I think there may be a little Perique in the background. It's got some spiciness to it. First go around with this tobacco, I'm really enjoying it. But so to mitigate the high cost of our hobby, this pipe new, if you were to buy one like this new, you're looking at somewhere $80 to $125. $80, not too bad, but it's also out of some people's budget. And you get up over 100, and you probably really got to think long and hard about spending that kind of money on something you're going to burn tobacco in. But there are some great values out there on the estate market. K. Woody is one. Now, I'm not the biggest K. Woody fan. I prefer a pipe without a stinger. And K. Woodies all have stingers except some of the push bits, which I think some of the modern ones don't have them, and there were a few of the older ones that didn't. But here's another estate find. This is a K. Woody. It's what they call a 4-digit. It's an older K. Woody, and if you notice, a little clover leaf is inlaid in the shank instead of on the stem. And I was able to date this one to right about 1935. So this old dude's got some age on it. It smokes really well. As big and clunky as it is, it's pretty lightweight, nice briar, and I paid $15 for this at an antique store, and I did the restoration on it myself. And it's the let me get this thing cracked open here. It's got the 4-hole stinger that you hear them talk about. You got that's the stinger. This one's kind of grungy. I haven't cleaned it up really well lately, but that's the stinger I'm talking about. And my opinion, it makes the pipe tend to smoke a little on the wet side, and I prefer one without, or one that's got a removable stinger in it that you can just chuck to the side. So anyway, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, that's one of them I scored. And this is something that there's a bunch of guys out there that collect K. Woodies, and this particular pipe being an early pipe with the 4-digit shape number, which indicates it's pre-war era, and they only did the shank inlay 1 year, and it was, I believe it was 1935. Maybe some of you K. Woody buffs out there can correct me on that. And then here's another one I picked up as an estate that I did the restoration on. This is a KBB Swiss. It's made by the same company that did the K. Woodies, and it's Italian briar. It's really, really lightweight. Originally had a stinger, but I pulled it out because it was removable. But this is a KBB, which not sure, but it's really early. This was 1920s, early 30s, a little bit older than that last one I showed you. And then I've got one other estate that I just absolutely love. And before I show you this pipe, I'm gonna preface this by saying I would never spend this kind of money on a pipe for a new pipe. It's a Dunhill. Love it. Smokes great. Love them. They're great pipes, but I don't know about you. I'm not going to spend $500 to $1,000 on a pipe. It's just not going to happen. But on the estate market, they become affordable. This is a 1982 or 83 Dunhill chestnut with Cumberland stem, hand cut, machine turned bowl, of course, but hand cut Cumberland stem. It's got a Cumberland tenon. It's all one piece. Beautiful pipe, and for this pipe I paid less than 1/3 of its original retail value, which is right at the upper end of what I'm comfortable paying for a pipe. So if it wasn't for the estate market, there's no way that I would own a Dunhill. But it's a beautiful smoking pipe, probably one of the best smokers in my entire collection. Really good value on the estate market. So, I know not everybody's done this, but I'm sure a lot of you have. This is I'm trying to maybe gear this towards the newer guys that are decided, okay, I enjoy the hobby, I like smoking a pipe, but man, I just don't want to spend $100 on a pipe. Let me tell you what I do. Like I said, autumn season, the flea markets and festivals are going on. You can still find estate pipes really cheap. And you've always got the antique shops around that have them. Antique shops tend to sell them a little bit higher, sometimes a little too high for what they've got. I think some of the antiques dealers have seen some of these pipes going for big money on eBay, and they think, well, I've got an old pipe, it's got to be worth something. Generally in an antique store, I'll pay $10 to $15 for a pipe. The 3 pipes I showed you previously, the first 2 pipes were, I think I paid $15 for each of those, which unrestored, that's a pretty fair price, but I wouldn't want to pay much more than that. But I kind of hit the jackpot a couple of weeks ago at a flea market and picked up this. You see it says Calvin Klein. No, it's not underwear. You hear it rattle. This is the haul of estate pipes that I picked up at a local flea market. Okay, I believe there's 14 pipes in here, and every one of them is a good quality pipe. Now I was able to, I'll show you the pipe I paid the most for, and that was this one. I bought this guy individually, and if you get up there and take a look, it's a, see the little CC right there, it's a Chacombe billiard. Very lightly smoked. I don't know if you can see in the bowl very well or not, but if you look down there by the air hole, you'll see that that's bare wood in there. This thing was just barely smoked. It'll be a really easy cleanup project. Stem's oxidized. Take care of that with some really fine sandpaper. Wash it with some clean warm water. Wipe it out with some high-proof alcohol. This thing will be good to go. $8. Now, the rest of these pipes in this box, there's a couple of them that I've kind of been looking for, and the rest of them are they're just good quality factory pipes. I've been in the market and been trying to find some Tracy Mincer pipes. Tracy Mincer was an American carver right around the end of World War II. And he made some really nice pipes. As a matter of fact, it's my dad's favorite brand of pipe is the Mincer. You can find them on the estate market for $10 or $15, sometimes up to $20 or $30. Well, I found 2 of them in this lot, and I bought all those pipes for one price. The lady wanted $10 a piece for them, and I said, well, how much for all of them? She said, well, $10 a piece. Now, basically, I offered her $5 a pipe, and she came up, and I got them for $5.28 a piece. So here's what I got. I got this. It's a nice little bent, kind of a rusticated egg shape. This is a Tracy Mincer, and one of the things that Mincer was really known for was his deep, unique rustication. And this one's not quite as deep as some, but as you can see, it's a nice looking pipe. And the other Mincer that I got, this is the first one like this that I've seen. It's a smooth. It's a nice Canadian. It's got it hasn't been cleaned up yet, so I'm not sure the rim is either rusticated or it's plateau, and until I get the gunk off of there, I won't know for sure. But you see, got some oxidation on the stem, but it's really in good shape. You know, it looks like there's some dents in there, but really that's just some of the oxidation that got kind of chewed up. Really good shape. $5. It's going to clean up great. And let's see, what else have I got in this box? How about a Big Ben? You know, nice Danish pipe. You can see this thing's not been smoked a lot either. You know, you go to buy that new, something comparable to this, you're looking at, you know, $75 to $125, depending on the pipe in particular. $5. And how about this? Savinelli. Savinelli Gitantes. It's a 316 EX. Been well smoked, got a nice cake build up. Thumb size bowl. That'll be a nice big cool smoker. $5. There's an African block Merstham pipe in there. Let's see. Got another Savinelli. Slightly bent. Got some really nice grain. Got a nice cake build up in there. Stem's a little loose, but get that fixed. Then this guy, little berry pickaxe. You know, another great little pipe. You see these on the estate market for $40 to $60. Then I got another Savinelli, Punta Oro. Then this is shape number 804 EX. Really nice. It's been well loved. Got a big cake. Stem's good and tight, and very little wear on the stem. Got some oxidation. It'll clean up and be a beautiful, beautiful pipe. Then this is the closest thing to an off-brand I've got. I'm not familiar with this brand, but it's kind of a nice pot billiard. And this is a Vicari Genoa, and I believe it's stamped France. But, you know, nice little pipe. Little Marksman bent apple. And I believe this is another Canadian. And this one is stamped North Dane pipe. So I did a little research on Pipepedia and Pipefill, made by George Jensen in Denmark. It's a really nice pipe. I've got another George Jensen, and it smokes great. And this thing, I mean, it's a big, beefy pipe, but it's light as a feather. It really is. Then I've got 2 more here. This is probably the cheapest one of the bunch right here. It's an Amphora. You know, and Amphora tobacco used to be available in the U.S., but they kind of shied away from the market here in the mid-90s when all the tobacco legislation hit. They didn't want to get bankrupted with that. But genuine briar. It's made in Holland. It's a nice Scandinavian pipe. Then the last one I got is Stanwell, handmade in Denmark. It's an older Stanwell. Really nice little bent acorn. And these guys, they'll run $50 to $75 on the estate market. Really good. Every one of them is a good quality pipe. And $5.25 a piece. Now, I got lucky on this. You're not gonna run into deals like this every day. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. But I have run out of time, so I got to stop here. I'll be back.